Crystal Wade here with Let's Wade In. So glad you could join us today. I have a question for you. Do you like your room clean or messy? And have you ever thought about why? Why do you like it clean or messy? I went to a restaurant, and this restaurant is a very beautiful restaurant, and it's filled with a lot of stuff. And its decor, the decorations on all the walls, is based on antiques. So there's a lot of different antiques or old things from different times all over the walls. And I was sitting there in the restaurant. They have good food and it was nice, but I felt really crowded in by all of their decorations and all of the stuff that they had in their restaurant. So that's why I'm asking you, do you have a way that you like your room? And do you know why that is? I didn't like the restaurant because I felt really crowded. Now, some people like their desk really crowded and piles of things in their room, and they like it that way because that symbolizes different things to them, like a lot of things and a lot of abundance and a lot of thoughts. And so some people like it really full, really messy. And then some people don't like it that way. They like it clean and organized. And there are reasons why you like it full and maybe messy. And there's reasons why some people like it clean and organized. There's just different reasons why each of us like our room and different things the way that we do. I want you to know why we do the work to bring you the Let's Wade In videos and why our team has created Let's Wade In. The first reason why is because we believe in you. When the Father, your Heavenly Father, is creating something, He creates in increments. He will create one thing that builds on another. Think about creation. He made the sun and the moon and the stars and the land and the sea and all the creatures in them. And the last thing that He made was the man and the woman. He created the best at the end after He'd created all the rest. When Jesus did His first miracle, He turned the water into wine at a wedding. That was their custom. And the master of the wedding was so surprised. He said, usually people bring out the best at the first and the worst at the end. He said, but you've switched that order. You've brought out the best for last. That's how the Father does things. He creates in increments and He saves the best and He brings it out at the end. So, son or daughter, I want you to hear this in your spirit. After all of these thousands of years of human history that He has been building in increments, He saved you to come to this point in history with so many treasures in you and your family and from the human family, from the believers that have gone on before you and are already standing in heaven. And He sent you at this time like the wine, bringing out the best at this point in history. And you're not going to hear that usually in school. And you're usually not going to hear that from your friends. You may or may not hear it from your family, but you need to hear it. We believe in you, and the Father has put some of His best treasure in you for this point in history. And that's the first reason that we do Let's Wade In. And the second reason is because your Heavenly Father has amazing and good plans for your life. Yes, He does. And if you look at school, if you look many places in society, and if you listen to the news, it will not sound good. It won't. But that's not the truth. Your Heavenly Father has amazing and good plans for your life now, for your future, and for your impact in your sphere, and then through your life to the world. Yes, he does. And you need to hear that. And that is the second reason why we do the work to create Let's Wade In. And the third reason is this. So many parts of our life are dependent on other people. They're dependent on our family and our friends and school and work, just a lot of different areas that they're dependent on. But ultimately, your life is between you and your Heavenly Father. There are many good things that flow to us from these other people and situations that we're in, and that's good and right. But at the end of the day and at the end of time, your life is between you and your Heavenly Father. And let me tell you why that is so important. When the Heavenly Father created the first nation that he created, which was Israel, and he was bringing them out of one nation and changing them and growing them so that they could be their own nation in their own land, he led them by a famous person that I'm sure you've heard of, and it was Moses. And as long as the people were listening to Moses was listening to God, to the Heavenly Father. And as long as the people were listening to Joshua, who was listening to God, then they had a very good standard of living. They had a high quality of life and a good standard of living because they were following life the way the Father wanted them to because they were listening to Moses or Joshua. So, son or daughter, when you listen to the Father and you follow his ways, your quality of life is better. No, you may not have all the riches in the world and all the money in your wallet. You may not, but your quality of life is higher. Your inner peace, your joy, your relationships, and also your health and wealth are better when you are listening to him. So much of our life is dependent on other people, but when it comes down to it, who listens to the Father has a better quality of life. And the sad news is when Moses died and then Joshua died, the people started doing what they thought was right and not how the Heavenly Father had showed them under Joshua and Moses. And do you know what happened? Very quickly, their quality of life and their standard of living went down, 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 down. That's not the Father's will for them, and it's not his will for you. So the reason that we do the work to create Let's Wade In is because we want you to have the best possible future with the best quality of life because you are listening to and following the way of life that our Heavenly Father has laid out. That's what we want for you, and we believe in you and your good future. So remember, go with God and go for the gold.